Hello dear student, I hope you are doing well at your home. I welcome you in this online session lecture of 10th standard. So today, as you can see the screen displaying a cute little girl and the name tag. This poem is poem number 11. Today we are going to discuss two of the poem. One is the tale of the Custard dragon and one is for Annie Gregory. So these two poems will be discussed in this single lecture. So I hope you are keeping your textbook with you, and if you don't have in the case of textbook, then there is no any worry because I'm making you to see the image exactly of your textbook on your screen. So this is the poem number 11 of Annie Gregory. Now what is the poem all about? That is actually a topic which we need to discuss, but before we discuss we need to also understand who is the author or who is the poet of this poem and also what is his specialties. So now you can focus here. It's all about the poem William Butler Yeats, 1865 to 1939. Has an Irish nationalist. He belongs to Irish and he was educated in London and Dublin and also was interested for the folklore and also mythology. Furthermore, the prizes like he won Nobel Prize for the Literature in 1923. So this is the man's face, which is also betterly known as William Butler. As if we move further, see, the poem is basically actually a conversation. What is that? That's a kind of a conversation. Now you can see easily. Basically, the poem is conversation about the poet Yeats and a young girl named Annie Gregory. So the poet tells her that if she finds a young boy who becomes sad, who became sad because of her rejection, it doesn't mean that he was a true lover. Now see, rejections in the life are the part of life, and sometimes we deserve something more better. So whenever anybody rejects you, or whenever you are failed in your life in any field, not only in the proposals but in any field, obviously you must move on, try for the betterment. So the poet tells her that if she find a young boy who becomes sad of her rejection, it doesn't mean that he was a true lover. So he have been in the love with her because of her beautiful yellow hair. Annie Gregory, she's having the beautiful yellow hair. So this is mean that the boy might be in love with her because of the attractiveness looks. He might be not loving that girl from her inner peace. So he says that's a true lover will be always one who will find love for her from his inner soul or for her inner qualities, and that's not on her looks. So that's how to this Annie says that she will change her. She will change her look by dyeing her hair into some other color. She will become less attractive, and then maybe she will find a true lover for herself. It means that Annie says that right now she is very attractive, so everybody needs to be with her. Everybody needs to become her partner. But in that case, she is not finding a true lover. A true partner, a true soulmate will be only a person who will not love Annie by her looks, but he will love her by the soul. So that's how she says that I need to change my looks in the last time of the days. Then I can find a true lover who will respect me and who will always be mine forever. So that at last he explains her to the previous night he heard some religious man saying that God loves us for what we are. See, he's telling that poet is telling that God is loving us for what we are. It's not like what we become. And that's how for what we are. So this means that the God never loves us for our looks but for our inner beauty. It means God is also loving us not for our looks. How do we look? No. But what is inside, which kind of personality we are. That is the main thing, how the God is loving us. So that's how this summary of the poem says about that. So if we move further, then the poem starts from the very beautiful lady Annie Gregory. Now here you can see the image displaying over the screen and the poem, whole of the explanation. I'll start para by para. You have to focus this para and the senja. Never shall a young man throw into, she tells, despair by those who great honey-colored ramparts at your ear. Love you or yourself alone, and not yellow hairs. Despair means sadness, and rampant means the high wide wall of the castle. For the example, ramparts or red forts and all generally. So this poem is actually a conversation between poet and a girl named Annie Gregory. The poet says that that young man can become hopeless if you will reject him, but that doesn't mean that he was a true lover in your heart. So because you have beautiful hairs. So this line says about the beautiful hairs of the girl. The second stanza says that here, you can focus on the second stanza here. But I can get a dye, okay? I get a hair dye. And I can change my such a color of the hair. Sometimes brown. I can show you some of the figure of the girls. See how nice their hairs are there. Okay, brown, sometimes black, sometimes carrot red. Okay, so that's how the young man in the despair may love me for myself alone. I don't need a lover who can love me for what I am. No, I need a person who can love me actually what I am from inside. It's not like what I am from outside. Okay, so she is actually in the search of a true person. So that's how we can say, but I can get the color as I made you to understand, and brown, black, carrot, and that young man in the despair may love me for myself, not alone for what am I now, and not my yellow hairs. And also replies that she has a nice solutions for that. The author is replying. Okay, the poet is replying. As well as then he is also replying, and he replies that she has a nice solution for this situation. She can dye her hair and change the color of the hair. Okay, black, maybe brown, carrot, and then maybe she finds the young beautiful person who can be loving not her hairs but her looks from inside. How is she from inside? So this is how we can say, my dear student, this poem is actually making you to understand. Dekho, first thing we need to understand that you should always love yourself. First of all, never ever expect any love from the strangers or any love from the other people, because this is only one of the things which will make you hurt. Okay, you must be favorite of you always must be loving yourself. Okay, but rather doing this, we just complain. Color, height, weight, body, language, these, that. Should not complain by yourself, because what you see in you, okay, maybe cannot be seen by the others, or what others can see you in, maybe you cannot find out that. So we need to understand that love is actually a kind of a feeling which must be from soul to soul. It's not from body to body. Okay, so I hope this poem was interesting for you, and I hope you also learned about the beauty of the life that is not lying inside the looks but lying inside the inner soul. Now we'll be moving to the second number of the poem, The Tale of the Custard Dragon. So now you can see on your screen The Tale of Custard Dragon. This is also one of the poem of your textbook, which is quite funny, and we're gonna deal with a dragon who is a very cute little dragon. Okay, as you can see the image displaying on your screen. This is class number 10th, second poem, as I made you to understand in this starting lecture that we're gonna read or understand two poems today. Okay, so see, this poem is actually written by Frederick Ogden. Frederick Ogden Nash, 1902 to 1971, was an American poet, and was also American poet famous in his light verses. Means whenever he wrote about very good verses and all. So as he knows about the producers of the humor poetry also. See, what is humor and what is poetry? See, when you try to create a different level inside a poem, which generates and sustains the emotions along with the laughter, can be said as the humorous thing. Okay, and that's how he was also known as the producer of the humorous poetry. He received Sarah Joseph Halley Award also in 1964. So these are the awards which were given in the 1964. Okay, so do we keep pet? And the answer is yeah, we do. But are these pets are always serious? And the answer is no. Most of the time they are funny. They just do their funny work, and that's how we are just making ourselves interested in them, and we are also getting entertainment. So that's how we can say that Frederick Ogden Nash has given a very beautiful narration about this poem. Now there is video also available that you can see online, but we have to focus about the introduction of this lesson. Ogden Nash has written a poem about a little girl, Belinda, who owns many pets. Obviously, my dear student, keeping a pet is a good thing. You're serving the nature. But you must be careful while you keep the pet. And also, you must be attentive while you keep the pet, because pet also needs some kinds of love and respect. They need some kinds of attention. So you must give your attention towards the pet. It's not like you just bought a pet and you're just keeping that. So it is not going to work. Okay. Apart from that, if you talk about, then I can tell you that Belinda, who owns many pets, namely a black kitten named Ink, okay, grey mouse named Blink, yellow dog named as Mustard, and a coward dragon named as Custard. Coward means he is so coward, he is not feeling good enough to mix with other animals. as well is always frightened of the other animals. So we can say the poet has described every character to brave aspect of the dragon, okay, because except dragon is not brave here. But the whole situation changes when a pirate attacks Belinda's house. When the pirate attacked Belinda's house, no one else had the guts to face him except the dragon. So it was the dragon that killed the pirate, and also all the characters are happy because they saved by the dragon, but quickly changed their thoughts and desired themselves to be more powerful had the situation not been so confusing all of them. Okay, so that's how this poem is actually giving an introduction related to the poem. Now I hope you have understood what is going to happen inside the poem. Now you can see the figure of Belinda is seen over the screen, which is very very funny. She is wearing a very blue, good and cute kind of skirts with the socks reddish color, you can call it like gumboots also, as well as a crown over the head and the red t-shirt that is matching with the crown. Okay, the tale of the Custard dragon is a ballad. It's a kind of a ballad. Okay, that's a story which can be sung also and which can be repeated also. So that's how in the form of poem. Okay, so it's a humorous poem that has cowardly a dragon named Custard. Okay, Custard is a pet of Belinda, a little girl who lives inside the little white house. Okay, and with her pets, so she had a black kitten named Ink, grey mouse named Blink, as I said you upper, yellow dog Mustard, as well as the cowardly dragon, that is the Custard. So the poet says that, okay, like they were brave but not that but the dragon was not so much brave. Okay, so he always demands for the safe place. Whenever dragon is actually out, he always demands for the safe place. Safe place means he's always hiding. Okay, others were describing as brave as compared with the animals like bear, tiger, lion, but the dragon is very timid, very very timid. Okay, and he always demands for the safe place himself. All the other characters make fun of him in this poem. Every character of this poem is making fun of the dragon. And but one night they are surprised by the entry of a pirate in the house. Okay, so when the pirate's coming in the house, everybody, almost everyone is panicking there. Okay, all of them get frightened and start hiding here and there. Now in this condition, dragon was also there, but everyone's surprised. See, as I said you, dragon not only tackles him but also eats him up. Eating him up means he's just killing that pirate. Okay, as all of them are surprisingly saved by the coward dragon whose name was Custard. Okay, so they thank him, but at the end they also realize that they used to make fun of the dragon, and because of him being timid, so all of them suddenly start saying that they are more brave and could have handled the situation. See, sometimes we don't feel sorry. Yeah, we do feel sorry, but we don't express. And in that kind of thing, we just hide that kind of bravery and all. So, okay, so here the poet has tried to say that sometimes a timid person is actual a hero in the toughest situation of the life, but still he shows the bravery. The people are not appreciating them. The people are not appreciating him, and that is only the one thing which is actually breaking the heroes also into the pieces and pieces. It means the heroes who are brave, they are next time not trying to save anyone, because in the reward they don't get any kind of you can say appreciation, word winning awards. Okay, so that's how this whole of the poem is actually derived out. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. We studied today 2 poems in this single lecture, and we made back to back to understand the both different 2 contradicting poems. Okay, so see you there in some other part of the lecture. Till then, you can take care and keep revising. Always be safe, stay safe, get your proper sleep, use sanitizer and mask whenever you go out of the home, and stay away from the strangers. Take care. Thank you. Jai Hind.